friends, so today I thought I would show you my simple girl matcha routine. Matcha lattes, especially here in the Bay Area, are just so overpriced and most of the time they're not very good. And we're going to make a really good matcha, and we're going to use a high quality matcha because that is key. So let's get into it. First, we already filled my hot water kettle. I do hope to eventually upgrade to a kettle that tells me the exact temperature of what the water is, because right now I kind of have to guess. One really important thing with your water is you don't want to boil it, because then it's going to burn your matcha and then kind of ruin the whole matcha experience and flavor. All right, so while that's boiling, we're going to get our cups out, and the cup is obviously very important. A lot of my cups, I think, are in the dishwasher, so okay, let's use this one. I am in my wifey era. For those of you that don't know, I recently got married. Well, we had our wedding less than 4 months ago now. Yeah, back in November. And so I'm living my newlywed life, and we're currently planning our honeymoon, which I'm so excited for. Yeah, we just want the water to be warm. I think that's perfect. And by the way, you should keep your matcha in the fridge in order to make the freshness last longer and just to keep your matcha. Yeah, and your matcha, how you know how it's high quality is it'll be this bright, very deep and rich green is what I would say. And your latte will come out very bright green. That's how you know. When it's like a dull green or like even grainy or grassy tasting, that's when you know you don't have a good matcha. We're gonna grab our utensils or our tools now. I don't use a bamboo whisk. I use my handheld whisk here. And we're going to sift about 1 to 2 teaspoons of matcha, depending on how strong you like your matcha. I do kind of like mine fairly strong. So I usually like to use a reasonable amount and just kind of sift it through like so, making sure that all of the matcha gets sifted so that you don't have any clumps or grains. And then we're just going to pour the the water right into the glass. And I usually just pour enough to, I don't know if you can see that, I pour enough to just cover all the matcha that's in there. And you don't want to over pour, because then your matcha will be watery. And we don't want a watery matcha. So I'll just kind of put my whisk in there, and I'll probably do it for just about like 30 seconds so that the matcha begins to foam and it's all well blended. Again, we're about efficiency here and simplicity and minimal dishes. That has a lovely froth. It's frothed really well. Really excited for that. And now what I'm going to do is actually get my maple syrup, again from the fridge. Best place to keep your maple syrup. This is my favorite sweetener because it just, I think, blends really well with the matcha and maple syrup, especially an organic real maple syrup, not like the ones with high fructose corn syrup that we grew up putting on our pancakes. Like, you want to get real, actual organic maple syrup. It has minerals in it, which are also really good for your overall health. So I also like to, that's also why I like to use maple syrup as opposed to anything else. I try not to do too much sugar. And you want to put a lot of ice in here. We're going to get our milk. Oh no, we just ran out of milk. All right, I'll be back. I have to run to the store really quickly, and then we'll be back to finish this up. We got some milk. I decided to get almond milk. Thankfully, we have a store just across the street, but now I'm late for my call, so let's wrap this up. And we're just gonna pour our milk in there just until it's like, I would say 3 to 4 ounces. That's the color it should look like. This bright, beautiful green color. Should be fine. We're gonna get our straw. A little bit chaotic today, but we did it. This is my daily matcha that I love to make. Sometimes if I am behind in my protein or I'm doing it as more of a pre-workout, I will add a skip of protein powder or creatine or even collagen, just some options for my fitness girlies. But just making it this way is like my most favorite way, because you can really just focus on the taste of the matcha and just enjoy a really good latte. The milk does make a difference. I have mostly made it with almond milk, but I find you have to use a little bit more sweetener to kind of blend the matcha and the almond milk together. For some reason, it's just a lot creamier and tastes a lot better when it's made with oat milk. And that is a darn good matcha.